warning before you listen. This epic is not for children, nor for the faint of heart. We retell the ancient Greek myths as they were born, unfiltered, unsoftened. Scenes of violence, curses, betrayals, and a hunger for power that shows no mercy. Given the many conflicting versions of the Titan War, the events have been rebuilt to complete the missing pieces. Here, we tell the myth as it was meant to be told. Sources and references are listed in the episode description. Chapter 106. Soldiers of the Throne. When the sky has no skin left to shield it. The sky was not a passage for winds. It had become a trap for madness. And then, collision. A single scream split the silence, and fury came crashing down like a storm long denied. One of Cronus's soldiers lunged at a son of Zeus, grabbing his wing from behind and driving a spear into his side. But the wound ignited, lightning flared from within, and the attacker exploded into ash before he could even smirk. Another warrior of Olympus spiraled through the air, then plunged like a living thunderbolt. He struck his opponent's chest, armor incinerated, fragments of time itself scattered with the blow. Elsewhere, two wings clashed, then parted. One soldier thought he had won, only to realize too late that his opponent's blade had pierced him from behind, silently, fatally. A rumble roared through the heavens. Spears of wind sliced the air. Shadow soldiers unleashed black clouds, but they vanished, devoured by the lightning-born wings of Olympus. One of Cronus's men leapt over 3 enemies, spinning like a tempest, driving a swirling spear into the chest of one, but the second caught him by the legs and hurled him toward a blazing sun. He melted before he could scream. 3 Olympians attacked from above, the flank and the rear, but a temporal storm swept through, shattering time itself between them. They vanished into 3 separate eras, never to return. The crackle of wings clashing echoed like hell. Laughing. A soldier dove into the heart of the clouds, then emerged as a javelin piercing his foe from skull to gut, disappearing again in a flash of thunder. Another caught the thread of a storm, leapt through it, and wielded it as a whip, coiling it around his enemy's neck, pulling until bones burst into the wind. One from the enemy lines feigned defeat, spinning mid-air like a cyclone, driving twin daggers of ice into the lungs of his foe, then whispered, "Breathe silence instead, son of Olympus." But just as the sky began tilting toward the favor of Olympus, Cronus raised the sickle. It wasn't a weapon, it was a wound carved across creation itself, and as he lifted it, he howled, his voice splitting bone. "Sons of the traitor, I'll make the sky vomit you out, just as the earth spat me into exile. Anyone who speaks the name Zeus, I'll sever them like a cord of betrayal." With a single swing, the clouds burst. The sky itself split open. Dozens of Zeus's warriors fell from the heights, as if the sickle had not cut air, but sliced their lifespans from the roots. A single scream echoed. Then silence. A silence so heavy, it felt like the funeral of lightning. Half the army burned, without flame. Scattered, without farewell. The wind carried their ashes like a promise of oblivion. And high above, Zeus watched. He saw it all, the storm in his eyes, not ready yet. He didn't speak. He didn't roar. But the air gasped, and the sky gasped with it, because the fury within the lightning had awakened, and now it descends. This chapter of the epic has come to an end, But remember, what you've just heard is not a record of facts, but the echo of a myth, a story born from the imagination of the ancients, etched into the long memory of humankind. If this tale stirred something in you, if it opened a door to reflection or wonder, don't forget to support the channel and share the journey with those you love. And in the comments, tell us, which moment in this chapter struck you the most and why? We'll meet again in the next chapter of this audio odyssey through time. Until then, farewell.